Well, good fucking Tuesday evening, 6th of July. Kind of give you guys an idea how fucking dry things are right now. So we got 2 inches of rain today. And it's only like 60 degrees right now. So it's fucking beautiful. I'm out here fixing fence, which has been, in the hot weather, gets a little neglected because who likes to fix fence in the hot weather, right? So I've been out here with my fucking tool bag. I'll go over that here in a minute. And tightening some fences and shit. So the cows have been on this pasture. You can see it's getting pretty run out. Don't mind the cut on my hand. That's part of fencing. I don't usually fence with gloves on anyway. They're a pain in the ass. So they got that pasture to go. Now that fucking golden fucking colored June grass is just shit. They don't like to eat it out here even. They will. I mean, they use it for roughage, but you can see when they get up into those areas, then... Yeah, and this was nicer grass. But give you guys an idea how dry things are. I've never seen no water in here. And with 2 inches of rain that we just had today, you can walk in the bottom of this motherfucker. Usually this is underwater. Cows have been in here picking around and eating, and I really wish I had time right now. I'd fucking come in here with the excavator and shit and clean this all out and work that drainage. If it stays dry this summer, I will, but we got to get through post-party and we got to get through hay season and then see where we're at. We got a little bit of water in this spot, but I mean, usually where I'm standing, there's 6-8 inches of water. You can see the line on that rock. It's usually about what's sticking out. So that's, well, from there to there is a solid foot. And that's just this fucking hole here. It's far worse in other spots locally, but that kind of gives you an idea where we're at. Usually that's your water level consistently on that rock. And this is kind of a pond that they wade in. We can walk toward the back out here. Fuck, I should have brought more beer. I only brought 1 beer out here. Oh, well. We'll walk out here. I should have brought my tripod. I would have did a live stream while I was fixing fence. But I need a lot of beer because somebody likes to show up at opportune moments and make Rick drink. Cows are liking the green grass, you can tell that. Oh yeah, it's going right through them. That's usually a little bit wet, but dries out in like August. The pond back here. We'll make our way back here. We got fucking time. If you don't have fucking time, go somewhere else. Come back later. I don't give a fuck. This pasture's pretty burned up, but they've been on it for over a month. Right about a month. So that's not so bad. I'll take that. Last year at this time, fuck, I was already struggling for pasture. So, man, the woods area is a lot better. There's still plenty to eat back in there. They just don't like to all the time. Watch out for landmines. Some of them bastards are kind of soupy. Good fertilizer. Should come out here with the disc and disc this bastard under, except for there's so many fucking rock in it. Gets hard on the disc to try to disc it when it's sod bound like that. Those rocks don't move, and you end up tearing shit up. That rock moves a lot easier when the ground's been tore up around it, versus trying to run over it with the disc gang. That's not even a big rock compared to what's out here. This pond they like to wade in. So kind of give you guys an idea. I don't think you've been out here too much. I did a when the hell did I do that? A couple years ago when there was beaver in here. Yeah, it been 2 years ago. It's probably the last time you've seen this area of the property. So they like to use the birch trees out here as shade. You can see they hang around and they rub and they scratch, and I usually feed a little hay out here. That kind of supplements their roughage. I gave them high moisture bale yesterday. No, day before. No, yesterday. Yesterday I baled that. They gobbled that sumbitch up for the most part, so that's how I knew it was time to move them. The last bale they kind of kicked around and whatever for a long time, but so if we get to this pond, usually the water's about right there and it's down there. All those rocks are usually underwater, and all of that, the cows like to wade in that, all that's usually underwater. But getting 2 years of pretty dry now, it's getting pretty bad. But that much of that beaver house usually sticks out just where that brush starts. So 18 inches roughly. It's about what the water table's down right now in this area. Give you an idea, that's the dam that Bob put in right there to try to build this pond in. You see they pushed their fucking salt barrel over there. It's empty anyway, but he pushed that berm up to try to build this pond, which spills over into the neighbors now, but that's going to come out. I'm going to scoop some of this out of here to shore up the edges a little bit and make it so it'll hold a little bit more water, because right now, yeah, there's lily pads in that, and that's still pretty relatively deep. It's probably 4 or 5 feet down there, but there's a lot of water messing around here. A lot. You can see the old bank lodge right there, center of the screen. See if I can zoom. That's an old bank lodge that the beaver had right there. It goes up into that bank, and a little opening in there that they were hanging out in, so they go from the shelter to the, or from the lodge to that bank den. Yeah, pretty bad when you can see that. But what do you do? I can't fucking change it. I can pray for rain all day long, but we gotta fucking, seems like that's the climate that we're in right now, so we're gonna have to adjust. We've gone through these cycles before, so I don't want any you fucking climate change cocksuckers coming in here and telling me, oh my god, we're ending the world. No, we're in a cycle. We've gone through cycles on this earth for fucking ever. We're just in another one, so we just have to adapt and overcome. That's it. That's all we can do. Right? If you can't overcome, then you're going to succumb to it, and well, some will. Fuck it. It's life. So yeah, I'm going to take that out, scoop things out, make it so it drains correctly, and then we got to get in here, clear this brush back, and open things up so that can grow a little bit more. It's pretty dark and gloomy in there, and the grass doesn't grow too well. You get back on the other side of the trees, it opens back up again, and they get plenty of back in there, but they don't like to go get it. When that gets picked over, then they go back in there, because, well, that's just fucking how they are. I don't know. But they're not picking fucking leaves off of the brush and shit, so they're not hungry, that's for sure. I'm not going to let them get to that point. I know some people, there's some fucking people around here, cocksucker through the woods over there. They eat everything, fucking pine needles and branches and fucking everything off them trees, so. Yeah, we're off this pasture at least until probably September. So it's not enough time to recover fully, but it is what it is. I've seen a lot worse pastures. Last year it was a lot worse, so. I tried the day-to-day grazing on the pastures. That didn't seem to work too much for me. Not only from a time standpoint, I didn't mind switching them every day, but it does take more time, especially when I got a couple of stupid calves that don't want to follow. But also, it just seemed like they were just running the shit over. Because you go from one pasture to the other and then they run to the other side. Now they kind of put them in one and they kind of work their way out. They disperse. I don't know. Personal preference. I'm not against trying stuff. I'm just trying different shit to find out what works for me the most efficiently, because that's all I can do at this point. But that pasture's not terrible. It'll hold them for a while. There's a lot of good undergrowth in there. And then tomorrow night we're gonna go. We got some fence back in there. We got to fix way back in the corner. So this is about, I'd say it's halfway point. So if you go into that woods a little ways, and then you go way the fuck over there, that's about split 50-50. So this is approximately, I'd say, 15 acres, this chunk, and you're gonna have about 18 over there because they can go up a little bit further and whatnot. So yeah, it'll hold them for a while anyway. And then by then we should have peas and oats ready. We should have a grazing crop on the cow yard ready. Should get us close to October. Getting pretty close to time to pull them up, and hopefully we can put them back in here for another, get to close to mid-October, November. Fingers crossed. That you do that one. Yeah. Cross your fingers. Hope for the fucking best. So I'm gonna go and finish tightening up the fence here. They push on shit. Well, horses want to be with the cows because they like to fuck around with the calves. But, and then they push on it and they itch and they do that shit. Whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten that up. It's actually getting a little chilly out here. It's supposed to be down in the low 50s, upper 40s tonight. So, well, that's enough of this fucking rambling. It's 12 straight minutes of bullshit. I'll go up here real quick and show you my fucking fencing bag. There's nothing special, but for you guys that don't fence or don't have any other clue about that shit, I'll give you a quick rundown. Real brief. In another video I'll show you methods or techniques or whatever the fuck you want to call them that I use. I'm not saying that they work, because around here every year with frost you gotta fucking tighten fence and move shit and adjust shit, and cows are hard on shit. And, well, it's just a fucking shit show. So fence stretcher. If you guys are not familiar, that's a fence stretcher. Make them in several brands. So the fence barbed wire locks in there, and there, cam action used to stretch it. I'll show you that in another video. Pair of pliers, pretty fucking basic. Fencing pliers. Again, go over that shit in another video. Clips, T-pose clips, electric insulators. These lock jaws that I've been going to, I like those a little bit better than those, and I'll explain reasons why. Some fence staples, and that's about it. The only thing I don't have in here that I usually do is a hammer. Why? I don't fucking know. I want to ask questions. So there you go. There's 14 minutes of bullshit. If you like what I'm doing, throw me a thumbs up, subscribe. I don't know. Things are dry. Climate's changing. It'll go back the other way, alright? Just calm the fuck down. We just gotta adapt to it for now. That's how life is with everything. So, I gotta get my shit done. So, throw me a thumbs up. All that happy crap down there. Memberships are there if you want one, and I do appreciate the support on the channel. And hope everyone has a great fucking night, and we'll see you on the next one.